happens when you have all your squares done, you think, and your blanket is all laid out and ready to sew, and you find out you have one missing square? You make another square. It's almost done. It's getting there. Almost. What do you do when you find out you don't have enough squares? You make another square. And that's what I'm doing now. It's going to be just a solid square, but it's not going to look solid because it's the Premier candy. I think this is called peppermint shimmer. I don't remember because I don't have the label handy. It's in my label bag. I have a big quart bag, storage bag of, well, they're freezer bags, of labels of all the stuff I've made this year. And what I do is I sit down at the end of the year and I add up all those labels and determine how much money I spent on yarn this year. So, and I should start doing that month by month. It would make it easier. And that's just for my own knowledge, guys. I don't have to do that. I don't take it off on taxes or anything as a business expense. But, I basically just want to know how much money I'm pouring into yarn as opposed to other things. Now, I don't do a lot of things. I don't go a lot of places. I don't, spend a lot of money on other stuff like that. So yarn and books are my big entertainment. I do have a couple of TV. I've got Hulu and Netflix, but my son pays for that because he likes the anime on one of them and something else on the other. I don't remember what exactly, but he likes the channel, so he pays for both of those channels. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get the Christmas projects done before December when I can actually use them. And I want to try to get some winter projects started. And so we'll see. I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. I still need to find some 24/7 yarn in gray. But I may have, see, that's the thing. All this stuff is out in my shed in a tub. I have a tub for spring, summer, winter, and fall. Or not in that order, but you know what I mean. And so all the stuff that I used to decorate my house when I changed the decor for the season goes in a tub in my shed. So I don't remember if I have things made for that yet or not. So what I plan on doing and starting is I'm going to start an inventory in my planner of all the stuff that I have made so far for the house for decoration, so I don't remake it. Because I'll be honest with you, for fall I've got more coasters than I need. For summer I have more coasters than I need because I've spent 2 summers making them and not remembering that I made them. I'm not sure for spring. I'm going to have to look for spring. I may not have coasters made for spring. I don't know. I may have. Who knows? Yeah, I think I do, actually. I think I do. I think I have coasters made for springs. I use the Jada and Stitches coaster pattern for a lot of them. And I absolutely love her coasters. They are beautiful. And so you might want to look up her coaster videos because she's got some really great ones. And I've used her table runners in the past. I love her table runners. So, I've got some stuff I've made off of her stuff, her patterns. And then I found other patterns like the leaf coasters is Bag O'Day's Crochet. The pot holders are Margaret Olander. So, I use a lot of YouTube videos to make the stuff. That's why I don't do tutorials, because I can point you in the direction of the tutorial instead of trying to do it myself with the limited resources and equipment that I have. So, but this square is almost finished. And yeah, this is just your standard granny square. Now, I do not put the one chain in between my spaces in this. The only time I put any chains in between the spaces at the corners where there's two chains. Other than that, I don't put any spaces in between because I like them. I like them a little bit tighter than they would be if I put the one chain in between, and it makes the hole bigger. And sometimes you don't want that hole to be bigger. You want it to be small because, you know, you don't want to let in cold air. Especially if it's like a sweater or something you're going to be wearing. Because, yeah, you don't want to be cold. So, and now mind you, a lot of these sweaters I'll probably be wearing t-shirts underneath. Or tank tops or something. But still, you know. And that's why you have to wear something under granny stitches, because you can see through it. And trust me, nobody wants to see this 66-year-old lady's bra. Trust me on that one. So, and there we go. There is the red and white square that I was making. And now I have to weave in the end of this. And put this back over here and weave in the ends. I didn't do this when I first did these squares, and I'm sorely regretting it now. So I will now weave in the ends, and I do it a little different than other people do. Yeah, this is the right side. Okay. Because I'm going to crochet over most of this anyway, I just do this number where I just wrap it around and crochet it with my hook. Because then I'm going to crochet right over top of that. And that leaves a pretty long tail in there in case it should ever unravel. And then you've got this lovely tail in there so that you can fix it if you need to. Not that mine have ever unraveled, but you never know. You never know when something like that might happen. And there we go. Now that little tail I will cover up or cut off depending on the yarn. Let me get my yarn. Now, I have this lovely ball of green. And of course we have to have our cat bowl for our yarn, to hold our yarn. Then we have to find our chair and sit back down again because the chair slides away. It's a rolling chair, so it slides whenever I move. And then we just pull our yarn, and I'm going to make my cast on, of course, with a tail. There's a tail. But that'll get woven too. They all do. And then I just start my granny square, and I flip that tail over, and I try to crochet it in as best as I can. So, but yeah, I'm almost done with the blanket, and I've got, oh God, I've got plans. But some of the plans have changed. Some of them has changed. I might do the winter blankets differently. I don't know. We're going to have to see, because I found out the snowflake blankets are basically more granny squares, only a hexagon square this time. And I've always had trouble making the hexagon square, or not making it, but sewing it together has always been my problem. Now I could whip stitch it. That might make it work better, but I don't know. I just don't know if I want to go that route or what. And it's probably going to be fall or Valentine's Day before I ever finish that particular project. So we might not get that blanket this year. It might be next year. But if I just make a blanket and then sew snowflakes onto it, that would actually work better. So anyway, that's basically where I'm at with all this stuff. And I just want to take a few minutes to update you on that particular project. All the ends are sewed in. It's all laid out. I just have to start whipping or sewing it together. And I'm probably going to crochet it with the with a single crochet and do that on the outside so it gives it a kind of a ridged texture. I'm going to have to see how I like that and try it and see, but that's probably what I'm going to do with it. So this video has been long enough, and I thank you all for bearing with me while I sit here and chatter on. And I will see you guys in the next video. And until next time, this is Lady DeWinter reminding you, you're never too old to do anything you put your mind to doing. Sometimes you just have to think it out, work around things, and go slow. There's nothing wrong with slow. Bye-bye for now.